This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Betsy!
Marcy!
How are you?
I'm good. Can you believe it? It's that time of month.
It's that time of month
Where we listen to listener stories. We read them, we hear them. I'm so pumped.
We enjoy the hell out of them.
God, we love them so much. Thank you for sending them. Keep it up.
So just a reminder, if you have your own paranormal story of any sort, you can send it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Yep. Hell yeah.
So the first one I have is about one of the openings you covered a few weeks back.
Spooky.
Back in October.
Okay.
It's called, let's see, I can tell you exactly which one it was from. It was from Maureen Baruch's episode 108.
Oh, fun.
So it's the Horton Grand Extra Spooky Deets is what the email says.
Good.
It says, "Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Lucy here with a teeny tiny little recording with some fun extra details about the resident ghost at the Horton Grand Hotel in San Diego. The one Betsy spoke about in the latest episode. I love the podcast so much. I'm going to binge old episodes tomorrow while I get a gross iron infusion pumped into me.
Nice.
I'm so grateful for the entertainment. Really, you really do meet my needs for spookiness and laughs like no one else. Happy Halloween, Lucy."
Oh, thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy. So I'm going to play her recording right now.
Hey, Marcy and Betsy. I just had a little something to add about the resident ghost in the Horton Grand Hotel in San Diego, which Betsy spoke about in the latest episode. I went there on a ghost tour with my dad years ago, and the story of the ghost Robert had always stuck with me because not only was he shot dead while hiding in the closet, he actually nearly got away. Robert was running from a man with a gun who I think he had a gambling debt to and had already been shot in the arm while they were running through the streets. And when he got into the room where he would soon die, he opened the window and squeezed blood from the wound onto the windowsill, making it look like he had escaped out the window. And he then hid in the closet, and when the man coming after him saw this, he assumed that he had escaped, and he shot his gun in the closet just out of frustration, that he was so mad that he got away, and that killed him. Which is awful, but a really good story. And our tour guide also told us that Robert, being a gambling man, will always arrange guest money into piles like on a gaming table, and if you leave a deck of cards out, he might shuffle or deal them out. And worst of all, if housekeeping staff clean the room without first announcing themselves to him and saying something like, "Hey, Robert, it's just housekeeping, won't take up too much of your time," then as soon as they shut the door behind them after cleaning the whole room, Robert completely trashes it, like Real Housewives style, which is nuts and so rude because housekeepers don't get paid enough to clean up after ghosts and filthy humans. So I don't think that's fair at all or very nice of him, but just wanted to let you know that there was extra spooky details about Robert. And now it's time for bed because I'm in Australia, so I'll go. Love you both. Don't shit your pants.
I
is so
love
cool.
that. Oh my God, rearranging the money is wild.
Oh my, also like how sad to be like, I'm going to hide in here. Oops, you did.
And then out of frustration. That is so nuts.
Oh my God.
Oh, and those poor maids.
Also, hey, this is a good reminder, guys, that if you stay at a hotel, you should leave tips for maids.
Yes.
I never remember to do it.
I feel I didn't know that until just like a few years ago. And I was like, oh yeah.
Like you should leave
What
them
am
a
I
couple
doing?
bucks, like with a little thank you note, so they don't feel as if they're stealing from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave them a couple dollars like every day, or like at the end, like a little
Yeah,
chunk.
I usually always do it at the end.
Yeah. That's a nice thing to do.
Whoa, I love that.
Lucy, thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
your
much. That was so much
follow-up.
better than mine.
Yeah, Betsy.
Shit.
Hey, Lucy, if you want to be a co-host on a Funny Feeling
Marcy.
pod, I'm firing Betsy.
Marcy.
Everyone knows
Marcy.
that she gets too scared and there's shit all over my recording studio.
This place is covered in my shit. In my dookie.
Duty. All right, I'm going to read another one.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
Yes. Continue.
it says a few ghost stories from my childhood in Iowa.
Awesome.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. Owen and I are big fans of your podcast and also Horny for Horror, your now deceased podcast. But now you and Mono have a new one called
We Love Trash. It's very along the lines of Horny for Horror.
So check out We Love Trash.
Check it out.
Okay, your podcast has really helped me feel comfortable with experiences I have had in the past with the paranormal, and listening to others' experiences is making me feel less doubtful of myself.
Awesome.
When I hear all these stories where the parents don't believe their kids or don't support them,
Yeah.
I refuse to make the same mistakes and make it a point to support my kids.
Oh.
Thank you so much for all that you do. We love you, ladies. Okay, my experiences started when I was very young, around 7 or 9 years old. I've always felt very sensitive to certain buildings or environments. Sometimes it would cause me to get dizzy spells that my mom would dismiss as me being fussy. I would also get sleep paralysis a lot and sometimes see shadows surround my bed that would creep in my room like smoke.
No.
Fuck. Unfortunately, I recently found out that my son has the same sleep paralysis issues as I used to. Growing up, I eventually suppressed these feelings and told myself that I never wanted to see a spirit ever. When I was in high school, I used to sleep over at my friend Sarah's house. It always felt very comfortable there and full of sunshine, but whenever I was alone, I would sometimes felt a heaviness or hear footsteps in the same room.
Oh, fuck.
One night I slept over in Sarah's room down the hall, right to the steps of the attic, and in the middle of the night I heard slow consecutive creaks in the hallway.
Nasty.
And then a warm presence touching my shoulder.
What?
I told myself I was being paranoid, pulled my blanket over my head, and went into a fetal position. A voice in my head of an elderly woman was telling me it was okay and that I shouldn't be scared. But I still felt like I was seriously about to shit myself.
Oh.
Soaked in nervous sweat, I eventually fell asleep and then went home early in the morning.
Oh.
A few weeks later, I told my friend about my experience, and she asked her mom about the house. Turns out an older woman passed away in the attic, and my mom's friend did not want to tell her because she was worried it would scare her.
Oh, shit.
After high school, Sarah moved into a small apartment with her boyfriend, and I would try to visit when I was back in town from college. We got really stoned one night, and I passed out in their bedroom next to the kitchen. I woke up in the night hearing footsteps in the hallway, thinking that the party was still going on.
Oh, yeah.
I called out my friend's name and went to the hallway to find no one there.
No.
And then I checked the living room and found them both passed out on the couch, totally out cold and snoring. I got really creeped out and slowly went back to the bedroom, rethinking the footsteps I had heard. When I heard them again.
No. And if you're stoned, this is so bad.
I know I was stoned earlier, but those
you're
were
sober now.
definite footsteps coming from the kitchen.
Oh.
I slammed the door closed, pulled my blanket over my head, and tried to convince myself to go back to sleep. Wow. About a year later, my friend broke up with her boyfriend, and she told me about a few experiences she had while living there, including hearing footsteps around the apartment.
Whoop, there it is.
You thought you knew. She decided to ask the landlord about it and found out that a man shot himself in that kitchen.
You should be told this stuff.
I have some other stories about that house we recently moved out of, but that's for another time. Thanks for listening to my stories and being so supportive. It means a lot. Susan from Arizona.
Susan! again from Arizona. Great
Thank
stories.
you guys.
Jeez Louise.
And just to give people an idea of the timing of this, Susan sent that in January, guys. We got a backlog.
We're trying. We're slow.
That's why we do these all listener stories, so that we can really just dig on through them.
Yeah. So we're working on it.
That's fucking.
That's so scary.
You think landlords should tell people, but if they told people, then people wouldn't rent those places. So
I
that's
know, but
why
it's
they
still
don't.
fucked up.
Yeah. Also, they're like, some people just don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
Or they're like, maybe that ghost won't bother them.
Yeah, I don't know. Let people know if somebody killed themselves.
Make an informed decision. Oh, Betsy, remember last Halloween, I was watching the show Haunted on Netflix?
Yes.
Did you watch it?
I watched a few of the episodes. It was a little... What did I not... It just wasn't my cup of tea.
It's like a reenactment. It's like people telling their paranormal experiences, and then there's a reenactment.
Yeah. Which usually is my cup of tea.
Well, the reenactments are like really, they're like high production value. So
yeah, maybe that weirded me out. Because I
weird.
like it when it's like... Unsolved mystery styles of like, I think that's the person who's giving the interview.
Well, I feel like last season it was like, high production value, but this season
there was also a lot of sorry, real quick, which stuff that just bummed me out more.
Yes.
Which made it really hard for me to watch.
They always ended on, and then my life never got better.
Yeah, I think that really, really bummed me out.
Yeah,
where I was like,
that makes sense.
Because that was where they like are talking with the whole family sometimes too,
yes, they're
right?
like, so season 2, it's still like that.
Okay.
Where they're sitting.
I don't know if I can handle
it's still like that where they're seated in the round and talking. So that you have. So I only watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And in the very first episode, I'm only bringing it up because it really shocked me to my core.
Oh my God.
Not in a scary way, but so it's like this woman is telling a story about living in a haunted house in college, and all of her roommates are there. So
that's kind of a fun reunion.
It adds like a lot of validity to it, which is very cool. And her now husband, then boyfriend, is there too.
Okay.
And so she's like telling the story. She's like, and one night my boyfriend slept over, and then they cut to a scene of the two of them fucking so graphically.
Oh no, really?
More like Monsters Ball kind of fucking.
Oh my God.
It was so crazy.
That's so wild and very funny.
It would like it went on for a little while. Like it was a 30-second scene
my God.
of just graphic sex.
He was just he was railing me so hard.
It's crazy because she stopped speaking. She only said he slept over.
That's a bold move, Netflix. That's a very bold move.
Maybe they didn't have sex.
Maybe sucking his dick. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Jeez Louise.
And then it was like, oh, then the spooky thing happened. But I was just like, my mind is blown right now.
That's crazy.
It was truly blown. I was like, that's such a big swing to be like,
huge.
I don't know if that woman told them explicit
do you
details
think it was
about
like we were having sex and then this spooky thing happened?
Maybe, but I feel like they would have.
Why not say that?
I guess
she's saying
I guess show don't tell.
I guess, yeah, fucking
but
slam it in your face like
truly,
he was slamming her.
It blew my mind. It really blew my damn mind.
Very funny. That is so funny. Well done. That's a very funny move,
just
Netflix.
A word of warning. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have one to read?
I now want to watch that episode just for that.
Also, I will say that like the nice thing about so far this season is they don't seem to end on, and my life never got better. It doesn't seem to end that way.
Yeah. Okay. Because it did. There's just something about it that really bummed me out.
Yeah, there's not the same heaviness.
Okay.
Yeah, so
maybe I'll check it out.
It's just more graphic sex
than it is.
Because
wasn't one of the haunteds like their dad was
like
a serial killer?
Yeah, that one was really disturbing.
And that one, it really messed. And I'm like into that stuff, but that really messed me up.
The second episode is really crazy because it's like a bunch of nurses who talked about like an experience that happened, and like they worked with dementia patients, and like but it wasn't a patient with dementia. But it's very sweet because they're like, you can just tell they're like the sweetest, nicest nurses. The sweetest, nicest nurses.
Nurses are heroes.
They really are. But it's like it's an interesting one because they're all like, you can just see how kind and nice they are. And there's like, I don't know, like you're just like, these ladies aren't lying,
Yeah.
and they're definitely not actors.
Yeah.
Or maybe they are. I don't know.
Who knows?
They look like, like nurses, though. Like
Nurses.
middle-aged
Nice
ladies
nurse.
who are
Aw.
nice nurses. Okay, anyway, so.
I had to check it out. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
This is titled DTLA Downtown Los Angeles.
In case you
Ghosts?
don't know.
Kind of. So let's see. Gals, this is my second email. I can't get enough of you guys.
Woohoo!
A couple quick stories for you. Okay, ready?
Yes.
I work part-time at one of the galleries at the Last Bookstore downtown, and that place definitely gives me vibes, but I'm only there when it's busy and filled with people. I love the Last Bookstore so much.
That's
a
really
quick
cool.
Google search didn't bring up any ghost stories, but inspired by your podcast, I asked one of the guards if he's had any experiences. He said that frequently, after he's turned off the lights, books will fall off shelves. Oh my God.
Ew.
Ew. Ew. One night, there was a huge crash, and they found a table turned over, and all the books that had been stacked there were strewn on the floor in the horror vault area. That's my favorite area of the bookstore. Mark works there. We
Our
should
friend,
ask him.
yeah. Is he still
He's been
working
on,
there?
I
Yeah.
think. Apparently, there was a bloody robbery gone bad there back in the 1920s when that room was still a bank vault. He said he got the biggest creeps recently when he was at the door locking up and he heard a loud voice inside.
No.
He looked everywhere to see
Everywhere?
everywhere. He looked everywhere to see if a homeless person marriage is what brings us together today. He looked everywhere to see if a homeless person or wayward tourist was inside, but he never found anyone.
Honestly,
Oof.
thank God.
Spooky. Okay, here's another one. A few years ago, I was having issues with my apartment, so I looked for a cheap hotel downtown for the weekend so that my then boyfriend and I could escape. I found a good deal on a private room at this semi-hostel.
No.
It was kind of cool, definitely busy with lots of international backpacker types, a small, kind of hip, kind of gross room. I was all about the continental breakfast, though. Hell yes! The whole time I was there, I felt strange, definitely uncomfortable and creeped out, but also a bit exhilarated.
Ooh.
Woo! I just felt odd and was happy to leave. The building had the original sign from the 20s, and every time I passed it, I thought, I need to Google that. I did when I got home, and it was the fucking Hotel Cecile. Marcy.
We know that
Marcy.
fucking place.
I'd followed the Alyssa Lamb death a bit when it had happened, but the hotel
was
had rebranded
just talking about
and
this.
put in a new water tank, I hope, when I made the reservation. But seriously, I love haunted places, but I never want to go back there. It's not fun creepy, just horrible creepy. Also inspired by your love of haunted tours, I found a haunted downtown walking tour, and I'm getting a properly reverent crew together. Love you guys and love the podcast, Sasha. Sasha, thank you.
Okay, one, you're so smart. You need the people who really want to go on a ghost tour to go.
Yeah.
If they're kind of like want to fuck around, I don't know, like it's harder to like get into it.
Yeah.
It's weird for
It's fun when everybody's there.
Yeah, and you want the guy to feel respected.
Yeah,
It's their job. Also, I was just talking about the Alyssa Lamb, like weird, mysterious death.
Spooky.
And the woman I was speaking to said that it seems like she was on acid. Like she was just tripping on acid.
It did seem like she was drugged. But there's so much weird stuff.
But there's so much weird history to the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, no matter what, it's a bad vibe place.
Yeah.
Where
bad stuff has
happened.
Suicides and murders and like I think it was like one of those no-tell motels for a while.
Yeah, I think so. Where it's just like, oh, you come here and shit goes down.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's there.
Yeah. I watched like one episode of that season. And I was like, nah.
Of American Horror Story.
Nah.
I recently binge watched American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Oh, I couldn't get in. I watched like 4 episodes and I couldn't get into it.
I liked it. Okay, it like scratched an itch
Kathy is
for
great.
me.
I mean, everybody's great because
Yes.
they're saying the most outrageous lines and they're doing awesome. But it didn't.
Around like episode like 4, all of a sudden the whole cast of Coven is there.
Yeah.
And then around
then I
episode
don't-
like 10, it's like the whole cast. Oh, it's all the same cast, but the characters from Coven start coming.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the characters from Murder House start coming.
Yeah. Which I was excited for that idea, but I just never got hooked.
Yeah.
I was just not there for it.
Hey, it's not for.
I liked Roanoke.
Yes.
Roanoke is fun. Okay.
That was really cool.
That was, wow. We
I-
got to do that downtown ghost tour.
Who was that? That was Sophia?
Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha, tell us where that ghost tour is.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Okay. I'm going to read one. It's called Haunted Disneyland Story.
Whoa, Disney.
Disney Band. Holy shit, it says.
Good.
I just heard you guys mention you wanted haunted Disney shit, and do I have some haunted Disney shit?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm excited. Okay, so I was a pass holder for several years, and I got pretty comfortable talking to the staff.
Oh, nice.
One night, a friend and I were talking to a gal who worked in Fantasyland. all of the princess and cartoon rides for those not familiar. Oh yeah. So like in the back where they have all the
Like
kitty
Peter
stuff.
Pan and all that. It's great.
I asked her out of curiosity if anything creepy ever happened, and she said, "Oh yeah, all the time."
Whoa, cool.
She went on to tell us that it's believed that pretty much every dark ride, which is basically every ride, is haunted. She even said
What?
specific rides were haunted by specific ghosts. Alice in Wonderland was haunted by a crying baby.
No.
If I remember correctly, which is gross.
That's sick.
She said that she had even encountered ghosts in the rides, primarily when doing walkthroughs before opening the ride.
Oh, spooky.
She said at those times the whole ride is off, yet she would see things move and hear noises.
Fuck.
And once felt someone touch her hair.
No.
She had really cool long silver hair too, so I get it.
Yeah. I would have done that.
We ended
That
up
was a ghost?
I touched that silvery hair. Oh, we ended up going on Snow White after she opened it, and she told us that a door had opened during her walkthrough, and we were the first ones going in, but we didn't see anything. Still makes me feel icky.
Yeah, for sure.
I also spoke to a different employee who said people often try to pour their ashes in rides, primarily the Haunted Mansion. Some people,
Of course. I didn't even think of that.
some people are successful but get kicked out because of cameras are everywhere.
Yeah.
And they just vacuum up the ashes. Either way, if that many ashes are being poured, certainly some spirits stuck around.
Yeah, right?
Thinking about these just led to a question. Why wouldn't like every dead person go haunt Disneyland?
Yeah, what a party.
That would be so much fun. Maybe that's why there are so many ghosts. Let's get drunk at Trader Sam's, Madison.
Madison, done.
Done. We're
Ooh, that's fun.
We're drunk right now at Trader Sam's. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's so funny that they're just like vacuuming up the ghosts.
That is so
It's so funny.
wild to be like, spread my ashes on the Haunted Mansion ride.
Oh my gosh.
Which ride would you spread your ashes on? I have mine. But you go.
Oh God. Well, if you have yours, tell me yours.
Goofy Sky School. And I would make
yes.
whoever has my ashes have to like try to keep them on a plate during it.
Oh, that's your whole thing, right? That you like to pretend that you are
I want
eating.
to try to eat a whole meal while doing Goofy Sky School. It would be so funny. Or drink 2 beers.
I think I would want my ashes to be in the old Tower of Terror.
Oh, yes.
So maybe there's a ghost version of the Tower of Terror somewhere that I could like ride on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love that ride so much.
I
loved
too.
all the music. I've told you before that when I write, like I listen to the Tower of Terror music on loop.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like go to YouTube and find it. And like,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, Betsy, I just sent you a brand new email. Not brand new. It's old. Like all of these are old. Sorry. But it's another haunted Disney story. So I sent it to you.
Okay.
It should be at the top of your
great.
queue.
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes. The subject is Marcy, I have a haunted Disney story.
That's the one.
All caps. Okay. Great. Hey, Marcy and Betsy. Sorry for the overly enthused subject line, but I'm a few weeks behind on the show. Sorry. Please, don't even worry. And I'm listening to the episode Kristen Rosansky, which starts with y'all talking about Disney instead of ghosts. And Marcy said she'd love to have a Disney ghost story, and I do. So I also did the Disney college program. And on my college program, I worked at the Polynesian Village Resort while it was undergoing some renovations to convert half the property into villas and to update the other buildings that were rapidly approaching 50 years old and slowly falling apart. Wow. During my program, 2015, we had
much younger than me.
We had rolling reopenings of the buildings, and slowly things started to come to us from the guests. What?
This is so exciting.
Dude. Renovations.
I love this. This is so exciting. Okay.
So the first thing that didn't happen to me, but I did witness, was on my first or second night of training. It was relatively late at night, but not too crazy. It was probably close to midnight. The lobby was empty, and most of the cast had gone home. My trainer and I were just kind of standing around. Just kind of standing around waiting out the last few minutes of our shift when remember those days of just like, yes, I'm almost off.
Yes.
I'm almost off. Okay. Waiting around for the last few minutes of our shift when an angry guest came stomping through the lobby demanding to speak to a manager. As it was late at night, there were no managers readily available. The only true manager we had was the night duty manager, who we shared with the Grand Floridian and was constantly running around dealing with actual issues. So my trainer tried to handle it on her own. She asked the guest what the problem was, and the woman said that a ghost scratched her child. My trainer nodded, listened to her concern, and then excused herself and me off stage, where we both went into the back office and started laughing hysterically. Then we sent out one of our back office cast members to pose as a manager and handle the situation. We just thought this woman was crazy.
So funny. That's the funniest way to handle something.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But they were staying in the most recently remodeled building, and everyone knows that nothing stirs up ghosts more than somebody remodeling.
She's true.
Then, about a month later, I was training another role, and my trainer and I were sent to the last building waiting to open to check the status of a room that the back office wanted to assign to a guest. The building, for the most part, was still empty as it had not officially opened yet, but there were a few overflow guests that ended up in the building due to overbooking. Disney, come on. So there was still distant sounds of activity down the halls and behind some doors, which already made it slightly uncomfortable.
Oh.
Then we reached the room that we needed to status. My trainer lifted her master key to the door, scanned it, opened the door, and bang, the door flew back in our faces. Weird. Then we scanned her key again, and bang. Now the door hit something. We tried a third time, and then we discovered the swinging hinge lock was engaged on the door. We radioed back to the front office to let them know the wild situation we were in, and one of the managers said he knew the trick from years of having to tease those locks open from the outside whenever a bratty kid pranked their parents by locking them out of the room. So he comes up, and we spend the better part of an hour trying to get the door open, but it felt like nothing worked until suddenly it did. The latch just seemed to open without work or wiggling or prodding. We opened the door like Scooby-Doo characters with 3 heads stacked on top of each other as we slowly opened it. I was fully prepared to see a dead body in that room and was already planning to sue Disney for my therapy. I was depressed, but my insurance had run out. I was always scheming. My manager and trainer were both half expecting the same thing. We had made many jokes about it while waiting in the hall, but instead, we found a musty, dusty, humid hotel room that no one had clearly been in since the remodel had finished. What we also encountered was a closed bathroom door with frosted glass windows, so we could see the light was on in the bathroom, and we could hear the faucet running. My manager did the whole protective man thing where he held his arm out to hold us back as he knocked on the bathroom door. No answer. So he opened it, and there was no one in there. Just a running faucet with a light on in a bathroom.
Oh my God.
He shut the faucet off and instructed us to go back to the front. He called the housekeeping manager to see what was going on with the room. This room was on the 4th floor with no balcony or patio. There was no connecting door to an adjacent room. The room's window was over Seven Seas Lagoon, which, as we all know, is alligator infested.
Uh-oh.
Yipes. So no one could have locked the door and gone out the window. There was just no explanation. From that day on, I refused to go out to that building after dark. Is it possible that it wasn't a ghost? I mean, yeah, but like, it was too fucking weird. The whole vibe of the room felt unnerving, and then all that shit. Wild. Also, I hope y'all get enough Disney ghost stories that we can legitimately get a whole Disney ghost story episode.
Oh, no.
Love the show, Natalie. Natalie.
Oh, boy. Wow.
That was awesome and spooky as shit, man.
So funny that the mom was like, ghost scratched my child and I want to see your manager.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think they're going to do? Do you want a free night?
Probably.
Also, like, everyone would say a ghost scratched their child.
Oh, yeah, go scratch my child and the mini fridge is empty. Fill it up again.
I mean, maybe it was true, but it's just like...
It must have been true.
But, like, wrong person to complain to.
Yeah.
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 But that fucking
Spooky,
story about that
man.
empty... I wonder if they put someone in it, though.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Ew.
Of course. Like, Disney doesn't give a shit.
Ew.
They're like, yeah, fill up everywhere.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's scary.
So spooky.
So scary.
Disney! You're scary!
All right, let's take a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
And we're
back.
And we're reading a story.
We're back and ready to read.
We're back and we know how to read.
We
finally.
promise you we know how to read.
All right, so, hey, funny feeling, I've got a very personal story for you.
Yes.
I hope we're allowed to read it on the podcast. Okay. I'm the youngest of 3 brothers. I'm 31 now, but this story takes place roughly 5 years ago.
Okay.
My middle brother, James.
26. That's math for you, Marcy.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool, right?
Well, I was going to say, I
know
was
math.
like, oh, shit. Well, my
Sorry.
middle brother, James, passed away when I was 26.
Oh, damn it. So,
I thought you were being psychic because you can do math, though.
because I can do math.
I was like, shit, she said 26. And I was like, oh, that's simple math.
It's
and
very
I'm not
simple math.
smart. Okay.
Aw.
My brother James passed away when I was 26. He was 30 years old. It was very sudden and unexpected. We're so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm a musician, so I was on tour in New York at the time. I got the call no one ever wants to get, and I flew home. We had the funeral, and I canceled a large portion of the tour I was in the middle of, and to grieve and be with family. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it was an incredibly painful experience that will stick with me for the rest of my life. After about a month passing, my band and I had to go out on the second run of tour dates we'd booked in Western Canada. The first show was in Calgary, so we started the multi-day drive from Toronto. We were somewhere driving in North Ontario in the middle of nowhere when I woke up from a nap. The sun had almost completely set, and I told my bandmates to pull over to the side of the road so I could pee. We pulled over and there was literally nothing around. We were the only vehicle in sight, and it was the dead of winter.
Brr.
So with all the snow on the ground, everything was very quiet. I got out of the van and walked 20 paces into a nearby field to pee. I finished up and he made a snow cone.
Peeing in the snow is fun.
I have never done it.
You've never peed in the snow?
Well, you know.
Okay.
I finished up, and as I turned to walk back to the van, I heard my brother James's voice call out to me and say, "Michael."
Oh.
I froze. I was still in a daze from waking up from my nap, and I was a little confused, but it was clear as day.
Oh.
I waited for a second to see if anything else would happen. Nothing. The air was calm and still. Everything around me was quiet. So I walked back to the van as if nothing was up. I should mention that James was the only person in my life who called me Michael.
Oh.
Everyone else always called me Mike. Anyways, I didn't bring it up to the band. I texted my partner Allison and told her, I'm pretty sure I just heard James call out to me.
Oh.
We texted about it for a little bit, and I cried happy tears in the back of the van, making sure the band didn't hear me.
Oh.
Fast forward a few years, my mother and I have always had a rocky relationship. So for almost 2 years after the passing of James, we barely spoke. But my mom and my partner Allison always stayed connected, and as they were pretty close. My mom had always been in touch with her spiritual side and had fairly regularly seen mediums. I'm open to the idea of the paranormal, but even with the incident happening that I described, I still felt uncertain in my beliefs. Anyways, like I was saying, my mother and I didn't really speak for a few years, but I had reached out to her to try to reconcile. Allison and my mom, myself went out to dinner. Allison being there was a good buffer for my mom and I to make sure that we were on our best behavior.
Yeah.
We started chatting about whatever, and by mid-meal, we started talking about James. Eventually, I started opening up more and finally started telling my mom about the night that I was in Northern Ontario and I heard James speak to me.
Oh.
As I was telling her, I could see her consistently making eye contact with Allison. When I finished my story, my mom, with tears in her eyes, told me she had seen a medium when her and I weren't speaking.
I'm getting chills.
She was so worried about me. She asked the medium if I was doing okay, and the medium told her about James speaking to me, and the medium said James was looking out for me.
I got so many chills.
Me too. She told Allison about it, but told her not to say anything to me. I had also told Allison not to mention my side of the story to anyone. So there we were reconciling over dinner and the realization of what had happened. Our relationship has never been more open and honest.
Oh, that's incredible.
Anyway, love the podcast. Thanks, Michael from Toronto.
Oh, thank you. That was awesome. I want to cry.
Oh my God.
Holy
That was
shit.
so beautiful though. It's so terrible to lose a loved one, but something so comforting about like knowing that like they can reach out to you and like and bringing you back together.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, you
That's
read
good.
one while
That's
I cry.
Good. Yeah, you cry. I'll cry.
Well, I'll cry.
Okay. Are you ready?
Of course.
This one is called The Old Jail Ghost.
Ooh.
Ew. Okay. Greetings, Betsy and Marcy. Oh, H for life, baby. Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead.
Sorry. My story is set in 1992 at the oldest jail in Iowa.
Cool.
Ew.
Cool.
I was 12 years old and the old jail had been turned into an art museum and my dad was working as the director. My mom and I were stopping by to pick up my dad for dinner. My mom sent me upstairs to check and to see if he was in his office. His office was originally the living quarters of the warden of the jail. This will come into play later.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
I went to open the door to his office and it would not budge. This was weird because it was already open about 2 inches. I looked to see if there was a chain, but there wasn't. I looked under the door to see if anything was blocking it and there was nothing there. I called out, "Real funny, Dad," but he did not reply. I gave up and walked down the hall absentmindedly, knocking on an old metal radiator 3 times. As I rounded the corner to go downstairs, I heard 3 loud bangs on the radiator. I immediately assumed my dad was messing with me. I ran back up and tried hard to open the door, but it would not budge, even though it was still partially open. fuck, dude.
Oh, man.
I knocked 3 times on the door, and as soon as I finished the last knock, 3 extremely loud knocks replied from what sounded like my side of the door. Ew. Nasty. At this point, I bailed, running to my mommy.
My mommy.
Might have piddled myself a wee bit, but I didn't shit my pants. We went home, and my dad was already there, so he couldn't have been messing with me.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, I later found out about an incident that occurred at the jail. An inmate was trying to escape by tunneling through the limestone walls. What he didn't know was that he had tunneled into an opening above the warden's quarters. He fell through the ceiling into the warden's bed. The warden slept with a gun under his pillow and quickly blew the guy away. I would like to think that there were 3 shots to match the 3 knocks on the door, but that's probably because I listen to your podcast all the time and love to get creeped out. Thank you, Owen. Oh, wow. Owen, thank you. And there's a...
What?
Oh, yes. Okay, great. Awesome. That's spooky as shit.
Look, I feel bad that guy was blown away, but if someone landed on top of me while I was sleeping in bed and I had a gun, of course I would blow them away.
I mean, yeah, and you also talk about how if you had a gun, you would shoot everybody.
God, that's why I can't get one.
That's why a lot of people shouldn't have them.
I agree. That's my stance on gun control. I can't be trusted, so I know other people can't either.
Old-timey Wild West farce move or something, you know, of like, I'm getting out of here, and then like falling through the ceiling onto the warden's bed.
I mean,
and you know he's in his old weird long johns with his ass flap open, like, what you doing in here?
If it didn't result in a murder, it would be funny.
It would be very funny.
But it did result in
But it's kind of a Wild West murder, so that makes it a little bit more kind of goofy.
Did people not care as much about being murdered back then? I guess they were like, you cut my life short by 5 years.
Yeah,
sucker.
I think people did care, but it was also just like, yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah, we were wild. It was the Wild West.
The Wild West was so wild. Somebody should write a song about how wicked wild it was. And then make a movie that I lied and told my parents I was going to go see that movie, and then I saw American Pie.
Oh, dirty
and
little
I've never
birdie.
seen Wild West. Wild West.
Wild West. All right.
Okay.
This one says Omni Hotel in NOLA is haunted. Hey guys, I just paused to send this in the middle of listening to the Sashir episode. Let me pull it. Let's see.
She stayed there, huh?
Yes. When did Sashir come on? Sashir.
1970.
Okay.
73?
Sashir's episode, just before we even get into this, it's episode 70. It's called Guardian BFF. Okay, so that's the Sashir episode. Anyway, so I just paused in the middle of listening to the Sashir episode because when she mentioned she saw a ghost in her room at the Omni, I got a chill.
Yes.
I went to New Orleans in October, and we went on a murder tour of the French Quarter. Yeah. Pretty sure I went on that too. The first stop on the tour was the Omni Hotel, where our guide took us up to the roof of the building and told us the story of the Zach and Addie murder-suicide.
Whoa.
Or maybe that's Addie. The Zach and Addie murder. In a nutshell, Zach jumped from the roof of the Omni right where the story was being told.
Whoa.
When they recovered his body, they found a suicide note in his pocket, telling the police where to find the remaining pieces of his girlfriend Addie, whom he had chopped up and put in a pot on the stove in her oven.
What?
He may or may not haunt the building, but this happened just after Katrina, so if he does, he would be considered a new ghost.
Oh,
little
my
side
God.
note, I stayed at an Airbnb in Marginy? I don't know. I'm sure I should know how to say it because I'm from Louisiana. Okay. It's an old shotgun house. On that trip with a group of friends, I kept waking up with an uneasy feeling of being watched.
Oh, no.
And when I went to the bathroom, I felt like the shadow in the corner of the room was unnaturally dark and large.
Oh, fuck. In the bathroom?
Well, it says in the corner of the room while she was going.
Okay.
The next morning, my friend said that she woke up to use the bathroom. She saw a light on me in my bed.
What?
As if I was using my phone, but I was completely asleep. 2 days later, a different person in the house saw the same bright light on me, even after I changed where I was sleeping in the house. I adore New Orleans, and even if I feel haunted there, I still keep going back. Love you guys, Maxie.
Whoa, that's
so
fucking spooky.
Okay, have you ever heard about this murder?
No, I didn't know a thing, and it was after Katrina. So pretty.
I mean, I've heard about it. Like I've read articles and because when there's like a grisly murder in like your hometown, you kind of like find out about it. Of
course.
And it's so crazy that this person literally to get rid of his girlfriend's body,
So he had killed her and then chopped her up. Yeah,
he killed her and then put different parts of her, he boiled them down so that he could get rid of them down the garbage disposal and stuff. And
my God,
it was disgusting. And then killed himself. So that's horrifying.
Jesus Christ.
But her story about staying that light, I wonder what that is.
So creepy.
I wonder if that's good or bad, though.
I don't know. The vibe of it feeling bad is bad.
You feel like it's bad. Yeah. It's so crazy. It's crazy. This episode has a lot of connections, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. This is wild. Weird.
This is weird and
isn't this
kooky
weird
girls.
and just how the world is?
We're kooky.
We're kooky.
All right.
Oh man, New Orleans.
Read me another
and
one.
Fun. Okay, are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready? Great-great-grandparents and a demon in my childhood home. Great-great-grandparents and a demon in my childhood home. Fuck, dude. I'm scared. Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I'm a brand new listener who was brought in by Marcy Bean on Nicole Byers' Why Won't You Date Me? It's a great podcast. And wanted to share the most major paranormal experience I've had. Yes. I grew up in a relatively newish home that was built in the 1960s and was the home of my great-great-grandparents on my dad's side. Both of them died in the house, but that fact never really bothered me. My parents, though, noticed that my great-great-grandma's perfume often, or tobacco smoke from my great-great-grandfather, who was apparently a notorious smoker. They were never bothered by it, and in fact, my father considered them protectors of the house. Yeah, I'd have dreams with them in it often, but I chalked it up to living in their house and seeing photographs.
Yeah.
Yep. Then the nightmares happened.
Oh,
fuck.
No.
I was a jumpy kid who was kind of a scaredy cat, but I would often see skulls and reflections in objects, but never mirrors. That is so scary.
No.
They'd pop up in the ceramic lamps on my bedside table most often, but I would also see weird faces in the duster on top of my curtains, though that can be explained away by matrixing, I guess. The most prominent nightmare was a skeletal being in the hallway wearing a purple and black cloak that said, "This house will be mine forever." Jesus Christ.
Get out of here.
The basement was full of old things from my great-great-grandparents and always felt creepy. That's not unusual for a kid, but what is unusual is being in my bedroom and hearing whispering and occasional dark laughter from under the floorboards.
No.
I'm fucked up, dude. I got chills.
Don't you dare, you son of a bitch, ghost.
Oh my God. My mother, who has had paranormal experiences before, was also having experiences, though she will still not discuss things in depth. Though I know there was a little girl ghost who went by Sarah that eventually turned negative, and my mother is, that's fucked up. And my mother is highly uncomfortable with the dark aspects of the supernatural. a little ghost girl named Sarah.
No.
Okay.
No.
The dark experiences culminated with my mother yanking me and my brother out of bed in the middle of the night and dragging us to our nearby grandparents' house, and she was a hysterical mess. I got burped.
Fair.
She would later explain to me that she was in the shower when the bathroom door opened, and through the glass door of the shower, she saw a dark man's shape with red eyes that glowed at her. Growled? With red eyes that growled at her. Sorry, I'm not good at reading. That growled at her. Oh, God.
That's nasty.
When my brother and I were at school one day, my mother had the house blessed, and that made all of the malevolent activity stop. Ooh. As a side note, I was in my early occult phase, and I had learned the pentacle is a protective symbol when drawn right side up. So one day I dipped my finger in a jar in just a glass of water and drew a pentacle on the wall in the hallway with intent to protect the house. The hallways were painted white, but even when the water dried, the pentacle stayed behind, and you could see it when you looked at it the right way, which I feel was a bit of semi-intentional witchery on my part.
Ooh.
Wow, that's spooky.
Wow.
Ooh, a ghost named Sarah who's a little girl.
I sort of like while listening to that. That's so scary. So scary.
Yeah.
But I had like this feeling that like the purple black cloak thing and the like man with the red glowing eyes, I feel like that was just something trying to scare them more so than an actual malevolent being.
Really? What gives you that vibe?
I don't know, other than just because it's just so over and over the top, and it wasn't trying to get them to like, it didn't feel like it was trying to get them to like, I don't know, like it wasn't trying to like seduce them or like bring them in further to like do something to them.
Okay.
It felt as if it was like, I want to scare you,
Is it
so
scary?
you leave.
Okay. Monsters Inc.
And you know that they love when you're scared.
They do. They fuel off
It's
of
their
it. It's their
smack.
fuel.
It's their smack.
It's their smack. Give me those chills. Give me those screams.
Those,
Give me them.
give me them beans. All right, I'm going to read one.
Yes.
Called I Lived in a Haunted House in Mexico.
Yeah, you did.
Hello. First of all, sorry for my English. It's not my first language. Second, sorry for the long email. This house really freaks me out still.
Whoa.
I'm from a northern city in Mexico. I've been binge listening to your podcast, and you have made my work hours so much fun. My ghost stories from when I was a kid, about 10 years old. My parents divorced, so my mom, brothers, 3 and 2 years old at the time, and me moved into this house. The house had a 60s architecture, you know, like all those pink bathrooms and small tiles.
Yeah.
The first night something spooky happened was when I heard a lot of noises coming from the kitchen.
Oh, God.
So cabinet doors opening and closing,
No.
dishes and glasses being smashed. My first thought was that someone broke in.
Yeah.
I went to my mom's room, barely breathing. She was already awake.
Oh,
she
of
just
course.
nodded to me, being the badass woman she is,
Yeah.
and she grabbed my brother's baseball bat and went downstairs. Nothing. The kitchen
What?
was spotless and no one was there.
No.
The scene would happen so often, my mom got used to it. I did not. Every time I heard it, I would start praying until I fell asleep. My bedroom window would had a view to the. My bedroom window would view. Oh, you could see the patio where there was a service room where our nanny would stay. Ooh. Some nights I would hear whispering, but I never understood what they were saying.
Nasty.
One day, our nanny asked me if she could stay in the TV room instead of inside the house because someone knocked on her door and she opened it thinking it was my mom. But again, there was no one there.
Oh, my God.
She was really freaked out.
Yeah.
And she quit about a month after that.
Yeah, good for her. Get out of there.
My mom or I never saw anything, though both my brothers have an imaginary friend.
No. Get out of here.
Juanito, Little John, who who lives in the sky, and butterflies would take him to visit Juanito's parents. Kids are so scary.
Kids are so damn scary.
A cousin lived for a while with us, and she told us years later that she saw a shadow man walking up the stairs into my room and disappeared there.
No. Oh my God.
We moved 3 years after living there. It's been almost 15 years since we moved out, and my most current nightmare is that house.
God, I bet.
I always dream that we go back there to live for some reason. And in the dream, I am at my current age, but my brothers are still toddlers.
Oh.
Sometimes I dream a man is standing in the bathroom. And sometimes a little boy is in my closet. Sometimes a little girl in a red dress. They never speak to me or they seem evil until one day I dreamed the little girl. She told me she wanted to play with me. No. She would have to kill me so we could play together forever.
Fuck. Come play with us, Danny.
I'm going to cry. And
this is fucking
I'm literally
knuckin' futz.
I woke up crying and being 25 years old, went to sleep with my mom.
Yes.
Oh my God. I really didn't know what happened in that house or why I had those dreams.
Ooh.
Currently, the owner lives there. It's an old lady. My mom said she's worse than the devil. So whatever is living there is more scared of her.
I love that.
But the last time I passed by, she had covered my bedroom windows with cardboard. So who knows?
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for reading. I hope you listen to my story. I hope to listen to my story when I catch up on all the episodes. Keep up the good work, Mariana.
Wow. That is so fucking scary.
Oh my God.
I don't think I could get used to like kitchen noise. Like,
no.
That's so fucking scary.
It's too scary.
But that is so scary.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's very good. I want to see all of that in a movie.
It was the little girl saying she wants to play with you, but I'd have to kill you first. It's just the scariest thing, and I hated it so much.
It's
Betsy.
such a good, like, it's great. It's so scary, but it's great for like a horror movie.
God, I feel like some of the scariest stories I've ever heard come from Mexico. Like, yeah. I don't know why, but it's truly like some of like the ones that make me want to throw up. And maybe it's because I feel like every story I've heard from there, the whole family, no one has resisted their story.
Yes.
So they have multiple, so they can hear like generational tales.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's just a coincidence or
and
like.
Where is a lot of time of like, oh, that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yep. This is just a thing where
maybe,
it's like.
I don't know if it's like a cultural thing that it's more open or if it's just a coincidence that that's who I've heard from. But boy, that's scary. Do you have one more?
You already did it.
Okay. Oops.
If you want to send me
oops,
one more.
I did it again. Okay, here I just have one little last one before we close out. And this this is from Valentine. So this is a really short story, but I used to work in childcare, and one of the kids,
very scary.
Yes, I can attest. One of the kids, he was about 3 years old, would always come in and say funny things. He'd say his dad was from Paris, but his parents confirmed that they were both they were both from the U.S. and the kid had never been to Paris. He would also say that he was a rockabilly. And they were like, we don't even know how he knows that word.
Yeah.
And I jokingly said, maybe it was a past life. And they were like, no, we really think that's true.
Whoa.
He was a cute kid, but that job sucked. So I didn't have any more info, but thought you'd enjoy that after episode 72. Happy Galentine's, Madison.
Love it.
Oh, that's so funny. Like,
because it is so, I mean, and we've talked about it before of just like, there's like an unsolved mysteries about a kid who was obsessed with World War II. And then all of these things came together to be like, oh, it seems like in his past life, he was this soldier or whatever.
Absolutely.
Where it is like, why would a 3-year-old know what rockabilly is?
I mean, unless he watched Rockin' Rooster, Rockadoodle.
Cock of ages?
Rockadoo. He's a rock and roll rooster.
That's
Rock-a-doodle.
fun.
Rock-a-doodle.
Rock-a-doodle. Tweet, tweet.
Essentially, they ripped off that song.
Yeah.
God, these have
been so great.
good.
Thank you so much. Keep sending them in. We love them. We'll be reading them.
Oh, boy.
As much as possible. It's so fun.
As much as possible. Send your stories to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. Rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends.
Please.
I mean, because you got to tell your friends this story and then be like, but wait, if you like my story, you're going to love a bunch of other people's stories.
It's true.
It's very true.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.